Welcome to No Dribble. This used to be an NBA NFL mix channel, but now we're going to start doing straight NBA content, reporting on whatever breaking news we get and stuff like that. So if you are into that type of stuff, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and comment on this video. Now let's hop into the real deal. All right, man. So yesterday we got some news on James Harden and a possible 76ers Ben Simmons trade, and I feel like it's going to happen after this season that the Nets have had. I think they're sitting sixth right now. I know they lost last night to the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell had 27.6 rebounds, 6 assists. I'm not sure what James Harden did. I'm not sure if he had a good game or a bad game, but they are now on a 7-game losing streak. And with James Harden, man, it's been a lot of conflicting reports coming out lately about him not happy in Brooklyn, him not liking the situation in Brooklyn, him being mad about Kyrie not being able to play home games, and Kevin Durant being injured and all this other stuff. And a big report came out last night that the Nets and the 76ers are going to be discussing a deal involving James Harden and Ben Simmons, point guard from the Philadelphia 76ers, who literally has a whole city hating on him, a whole city that wants him gone, a whole city that probably wants his head on a platter. But with James Harden, it's been so many things coming out about his happiness or whatever he feels like in Brooklyn, basically saying that he doesn't enjoy the weather in Brooklyn. They say he enjoys the LA weather, and just how everything that's going on in Brooklyn, James Harden is not with. And James Harden is a free agent after this season, so he's going to definitely test the market out and see what he can get on the open market, what teams are going to be interested in him. But could he end this year playing with Joel Embiid, who right now is on an absolute tear? Definitely is in my top 5 for MVP right now for sure. And with Ben Simmons, this guy is definitely the Jalen Reagor, the Nelson Aguilar of of the NBA. If you don't know, that's a little NFL for you, because Nelson Aguilar and Jalen Reagor are 2 wide receivers that used to and play for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they literally hated them there. Jalen Reagor still plays for them now. They literally hate them there. And that's kind of what's happening to Ben Simmons after he passed the ball instead of dunking on Trae Young back in the playoffs, which they ended up losing that series. But with Ben going to the Nets, if that were to happen, that would be very, very interesting. That could kind of be like a Giannis thing, where they have a guy who's not the best shooter, but they can surround him around with shooters. You got Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, and LaMarcus Aldridge running the 3, or not the 3, but the 5. That's pretty good spacing for a guy like Ben Simmons to facilitate the ball around and all that good stuff. So that would be very interesting if they were going to be able to knock a deal like that. But with James Harden this year, he's not been the James Harden we know. He's not been the put up 30, put up 40 James Harden that we've seen in the past. He's not been that this year. He's kind of had a rocky up and down type of season. We've seen some good of James Harden. Then like the Sacramento Kings game, where he just didn't look like he was interested in playing at all. He looked out of it. He also left that game with an injury. And I just feel like there's a lot of boiling over going on. Steve Nash has not been the most consistent head coach for the Nets ever since joining them last year, I want to say. But with James Harden and his situation in Brooklyn, it basically sounds like he is not happy there. And he's a free agent after this year. He's going to test his value on the market. Kyrie Irving is a free agent after next year, I think, and we don't know what's going to happen then. And I just heard some things like Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, some of the most well-known analysts in the sports media basically saying that in the future, it might just be KD there and Kyrie and James Harden in different locations. And when I hear that, I just think, wow. Because last year when the Harden trade happened, we were thinking the Nets are top heavy as bleep, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James quoted, their top heavy is bleak. You got Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. That's like the best scoring trio we've ever seen. And then you make it to the playoffs, and Kyrie goes down. And then James Harden is dealing with a hamstring injury, and Kevin Durant is one toe back from being in the NBA Finals. And then the Bucks will go on to win that series, win that game, and make it to the NBA Finals and win the NBA championship. And ever since then, ever since Kyrie Irving and the pandemic happened and him not being able to play in home games, it's like KD and James Harden has taken that way overhead. Like, they are not happy about it. And now we're getting reports that the Nets are discussing a trade with the 76ers for Ben Simmons. So when there's smoke, there is fire. When there's smoke, there is fire. So leave down below in the comment section what you guys think. This is very hot. The NBA trade deadline is this Thursday. Will we get a deal before then? We will see. But until then, it's been No Dribble, and I'm out. Peace.